Can I get this fucking shit out of my way? God damn. I mean, fucking, what the fuck? Like, this phone stand's pissing me off. I'm gonna rotate it. Yes. Find the perfect equilibrium. Oh, this is the perfect. Alright, I'm gonna open my window a little bit. It's like random gusts of wind with rain. Hello. Ah, my arms. Not my arms, my pecs. I did these weird push-ups yesterday, and it was making my pecs tear. Alright. Alright, we're not gonna go try hard with this panel. This is just gonna be a test, but this is gonna be a panel. Well, we're kind of gonna go try hard, but I just want to try something. So I'm gonna do the shading of it first, actually. But yeah, I just whipped this up last second. But I do want to see how this is gonna look when I do something. Like we're just gonna play around with it and see where it goes. Oh, holy peck tear! Oh, holy peck tear! But I want to try a little bit harder on this panel, so that's why it looks like this. Probably gonna be the better panel in the entire chapter, but that's okay. Hello, William, Ray, Connor, and Johnny. Yes, it just started. But let me just outline this so it doesn't get lost. Yeah, I did so many yesterday that I guess. Oh, God. And I think the light's going to come from this angle, so I'm going to try and draw darkness in certain areas. But we're not going to go too hard with this. Actually, I'm just going to use the other pen. That's not a pigment, just a regular pen, just to get the effect I want. But I got to see which one's better first again. But this is going to be the first chapter where you see how the... Oh, this one's way better. No, this is not the pen. Is it? Oh, they're both decent. I'm just going to use a regular ballpoint pen. Call it a night, honestly. Alright, motherfucker. Alright. Switching from identity to identity. Well, that's cool and all, but I hate to break it to you, but I don't care. He thinks I'm gonna go, what? Who are you? This is peak right here. Your favorite Martian. Who's a Martian? Anyway. Oh man. Swiper, no swiping. Yep, it's crazy when they don't care. You know what I'm saying? All that makes is you less memorable. That's all I'm gonna say. You want to be memorable? Stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. When you become an iconic individual, you gotta do that. You know, you gotta stick to your algorithms. You know, you gotta stick to the script. Happy birthday, Kicks. Stick to the script. Stick to the script. Otherwise, that's how you get eliminated by yours truly. If you know that. I was listening to TikTok sounds, the cool ones, of course. But yeah, they're cool. Just saying. I like listening to TikTok sounds. The ones I used to listen to anyway. I haven't been on TikTok like that to know, but I stubbed my toe Tragic. I used to do that every week. I'm glad I don't anymore. But usually when I talk about it, it happens. So I blame you for whatever's gonna come next. Well, go to bed, William Ray. I believe in you. Oh, you're a tank lord. Well, I already know you're gonna lose your interest in tanks. Tanks just a random. It's like dinosaurs, you know. People lose interest in that like instantly because it's like the fascination. When you're younger, you usually get this fascination with something large and mighty and highest scale and power, and then course comes along where you figure out the meaning and what it is at the end of the day, and that there's cooler things even greater than that. You're like, oh, I don't think I like this anymore. And then there you have it. But yeah, what was my fascination? Mine was Grim Reaper, black holes. Yeah, I went super into that spectrum. Black holes, Grim Reaper, because you know they're things of symbol of power too and greatness as well, just on a different. Thank you, Ailey. But then you're incredibly bored. What games have you been playing? Honestly, I think a lot of boredom is just coming from just no interest in doing anything based off the premise of depression, probably, and just having nothing to work on. That's why I always itch people to work on projects because life is depressing if you have nothing to work towards or look forward to. It really gets to that point. So that's why I always recommend everyone to try and get some passion or some grind and just go for it. Because at the end of the day, what do we have besides the future to look forward to? But yeah. Well, can't ever escape the snail. That seems like a reference. It hurts so much. It hurts. Leave a like. They already did. Thank you. Is it Allie? Ailey? I'll never know. Anyway. I love your drawings. I bit my tongue. Oh god, you guys are just trying to curse me. Because I usually don't bite my tongue until until I think about it. And then it's like how you forget how to breathe, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be me in the future because my memory's so trash. But yeah. See, with the ballpoint pen, I can bypass these scribbles. And it's not really needed for the high and mighty stuff, so I wanted to all roads. I was gonna say all loads. Read all loads. Read through. The snail that slowly creeps towards you, but if it touches you, you perish. That is a reference from somewhere I don't remember. All games lead to boredom. Honestly, if you're looking at it through an objective value, I seen a video of this guy who was playing video games, and he plays this one single video game. You really have to get lost in the process of the video game. If you're playing the video game, because nowadays, thank you, Stargazer. Wow, big ones for me. I have a series. It's called Numen's Law. You should give it a check out. And the website, which is somewhere in the corner. I'm not turning the camera. It's hard. Anyway, yes, Numen's Law is what it's called. Thank you. Thank you for the love. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, if you're playing video games and you get lost in the you gotta like learn to be patient. Most people who play video games nowadays, it's like a dopamine rush where they're just chasing a high dopamine that's perfect for them. And we're at the point in history where there's dopamine rushes left and right, so you're not gonna get that same excitement anymore. It's from doom scrolling, from a lot of things, doom scrolling, and that's why I like starting my lives because I kind of can slow people down in that rhythm. I was gonna do these when I get back into pixel art for the characters and stuff like that. I'm gonna do these things where it's like a video. It shows like, let's say it's gonna be the main character just sitting by a fire, and it's gonna be like, stop and take a breather. I'm just gonna post videos like that on my TikTok, maybe my YouTube Shorts, but probably not. But it's like gonna be those stop and take a breather type of things. You know what I mean? We're drawing this guy for anyone who just jumped in here. Stop and take it. This one time I forgot to walk when I woke up. Honestly, that's not surprising that brains do some weird crap. Brains do some weird crap. We're drawing this femboy looking dude. But yeah. I want to darken these just so I don't lose it while I'm doing the details. But yeah, like I was playing video games, and every video game I've ever played in the past few years has just been boring. Other than Elden Ring, every game I've played, it's because I'm trying to look for the objective rather than enjoying the process. Also, I'm looking for a quick hit, like on to the next one, on to the next one. I do think it's because of social media, but and one reason why I enjoyed Elden Ring the most is because I want to really enjoy this game so much. I turned off social media for like weeks, or every time I would see an Elden Ring type of post. And that's another thing. People are like sensationalizing video games, like, oh, this is the strat. Oh, this is the strat. And then you're playing the game not out of enjoyment. You're playing the video game out of just trying to get better than someone else, or trying to like. And yeah, it really takes the love out of the game. Especially a lot of video games these days are like money oriented, so like, you know, it just takes all the slow process. I think we should all learn to be bored once in a while. That's the problem. But thank you, bunny dragons. You thought you could float? Maybe you can. Maybe you body jumped. Yeah, I'll show you the combat of what happens, but in a little bit. But I'll just show, like, so far he kicks the blood guy, which is the blood guy. Where is the blood guy? He's right here, right? Where the heck is he? This is the blood guy he's fighting, but he kicks him right here. Bam! And he goes tumbling into the wall. But yeah. The blood guy is the main character of this chapter, I would say. What games have you been playing? And if you always have a thought in the back of your head like, I'm playing a game, if you're realizing you're playing a game, you're basically just becoming too self-aware that you're playing a game. You're not even gonna like the game. But yeah, I haven't been playing games myself. I think you're at the age. I don't know how old you are or what you are, but I feel like we all get to a point where we just like, why am I doing this? There should be like, this is where the greater calling seeks you out. And there's nothing wrong to play games, because I play games too here and there, but not as much, because I feel like I'm wasting my soul or something. But I do enjoy a good game once in a while. I'll be playing one later today, but the main reason I play games is just to connect with people I haven't talked to in a while. That is literally the main reason. So even when I'm playing by myself, I make sure I'm like up on my skills. But yeah, it'd be like that though. If you don't really have anyone to interact with too, it makes a game way more boring. But way more boring. But yeah, I really like how this panel came out. I was gonna go super hard. I mean, this ain't done, but E. Well, what comes after E? Anyways, where was I? I'm just testing out how, like, I could try and use more blacks for this. See how it looks. But, I don't even know what I was talking about because I'm kind of locked in right now. But I think you're having one of those, like, moments, you know, where you just got to find yourself for a brief moment. Like, what am I doing? You find a passion that's kind of productive and you triple down on it and make sure you enjoy it, make new friends from it, and go from there. I think life is about more than just sitting down in your chair, even though that's what I'm doing right now. But sitting down in a chair. But hello, Anti. We're talking about how video games makes people boring. I mean, how playing video games these days are boring. And it's not all so much the video games themselves, but like, and also I think our brains have been wired in this thing where everything turns into a trend. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're done with this. Next thing. Like, even if it's something catastrophic, our brain just like acts as if it's a trend or something where it just moves on to the next thing instantly. It's like this dopamine trend rush. And it's not to be the first to the trend. It's just everything like has this crazy fall off instantly within like 3 days of playing something. Well, if your passion is drawing, let's do it then. Draw something. You are you in the Discord, Mr. Tank? We're doing art missions right now. I think you'd benefit the most from this, or one of the people that'd benefit the most. And the goal is that we're all getting weekly challenges. That we're gonna start off a little easy. We're gonna go at a good pace. My challenge is to finish the fighting segment of this. I'm good at drawing, but I've been in art block. But honestly, you have to have a purpose to drawing. Once you get past a certain point of, oh, I've drawn everything I want to draw, the next thing is, what am I going to draw that's going to be a big, you want to go big. Think of like a big project. So we can start out by, let's say you want to have a comic one day. Just make miniature comics, make like quick scenes and just get them out there for an experience. So when you're ready to go, you know, you don't gotta. And if money is a part of your dream, a part of that, I wouldn't focus on that right now because that may never come to fruition. But you can worry about that later. Just focus on the initial passion and the grind, of course. But yeah. Hello, Evelina. Welcome back. So I'm saying, if anyone wants to ever like their passion's drawing, they want to make a story or something, just make a quick start and end. So on my other channel, I literally do that. I had a little idea in my head, I made a simple art style for it, and I got a chapter out. It's literally, I'll show you right here actually. Where's Webtoon? Why is this not on? Okay, I'm gonna show you quickly. Actually, I'm gonna make sure. All right, we're good. All right, where's Webtoon? Okay, I'm gonna show you just a quick example, and it's not this series, but I wonder who the creator of this stuff is. But this thing, okay. I created this literally in what, 6 hours? I don't know. Well, I have figures I use, and all I know is you have to understand the property of when a body part is moving, the other body part tries to balance itself. So if you're like running, you know how you're running where one body part's moving this way and the other one's moving this way to self-balance itself as you're moving. And I don't know, I use shapes and stuff. But anyways, let me finish my thought process. Someone drew this wallpaper of one of my characters. It's the pink girl. Overthrown did it. I need an overthrown update. Anyway. But yeah, it's a little. I want to draw something that's based off something called silhouettes on a planet where there's only silhouettes and just a tiny little light because they eat little lights. And that's pretty much what this is. He finds a little light that he can engulf right now. And I made this quick thing. And it can be simply done, honestly. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. I did this in literally a few hours. But yeah, that's simple. But it's a little light trying to survive, and he makes maybe a friend. I don't know. But yeah, this is about an idea. Just a simple idea, and it doesn't have to be grand at first. Your idea could be trash, and you can build on it later. But getting the idea is more important than actually having a perfect idea, because you're not going to have a perfect idea. But anyways, back to the comment of the physics of the body. I'm still learning to draw the physics of the body properly. But honestly, a lot of the times I pose in my room in the mirror to get an idea of what I'm looking at. Sometimes I'll take a picture of myself. I use these figurines right here. This is literally the pose I'm doing right now. But then I also did the pose in my mirror. And, you know, like, I had to rearrange this pose many times before it made sense. Even after I used the stick figure. The stick figure wasn't 100% help, but it definitely started the movement. Even though I rarely use those things. Until this chapter, actually. But just know when the body's moving, it tries to course correct itself as it's moving. That's my pseudoscience theory. It's not an actual... Maybe it is a real thing. I'm sure it is. Why wouldn't it be? It wouldn't make sense if it wasn't, but... Someone can prove me wrong, a physicist, if they want to, but that's the way that helps me think about it. Because your body's not going to try and throw itself off balance unless you force it to. But, I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, where were we? I think I yapped people away, but that's okay. Because I'm making, trying to push myself for this panel. I could. So we're going to add some blacks in here for sure. Push myself a little bit for these panels, not too much, but... Because I want to try and incorporate at least one little manga-looking-esque panel or page. And this is going to be the start of that, this one right here. And this is also going to be the start of the ability in my series that anyone can get. You know how One Piece has haki. No, this is not going to be like that actually, but it's going to show you how the belief system's going to give you powers, and it won't be the belief of yourself. Making a name for yourself can make you become stronger type thing. And that has to do with like other people that start a religion and get a fan base from that religion, or they start a cult and they're going to get power. But yeah. Big projects barely have detail. I mean, you go at your own pace. If you were to think about it, you have to set yourself a realistic expectation. Big projects should be easier for you to complete. Because at the end, but you should always challenge yourself to see if you can like put a little bit of this, a little bit of that in there. Like I cut corners all the time, but sometimes we just gotta lock in. Whatever's good for that moment, I think you should just go all out if you can. Because I know this art style is a little kiddie-ish at times. So in some circumstances, I'm like, I need to ramp it up to make it look a little bit serious. So sometimes I'll do a more detailed approach. But we also have to remember we're only a one-man team and we got to do what we can. Yes, we can do a big project, but what if we change our minds or it doesn't go the way we want and we want to destroy the whole thing? If you spend too much energy overdoing something and if you're not sure about it, you're going to crash and burn. Yes, it's good to get the experience, but like you're going to crash and burn. You're not even going to be motivated to do anything else after that. So, yeah. And me, I like minimalism. I personally love minimalism. That's my favorite art style. It's the most pleasing to me to look at. Minimalism with a bunch of creativity. Adventure Time, Samurai Jack, you know. Gave memberships. I'm the money still. I didn't get it yet. So here's what I have to do. That's the best since PayPal's blocking me off for some reason. I have to open a business account, which is going to cost me $250 potentially. So I'm going to start a business account, which I'm actually already trying to get that approved. I gave them all my identification. I gave them the licensing because everything's legalized now, which costs me money. So yeah. So basically 90% of what I'm making, the next check I get on YouTube, 90% of it's going to straight even have it to even have it. And that's not even including me spending money to even like get the LLC, to get it legalized. That was 200 to 300 something on its own. That's not even including that to get the documents in order. It's so many fees, it's so stupid. The only reason I'm doing it this way is so when I buy something that's related to the series, I can tax write it off in the future. Since I do plan on having something out by next year, at least everything's set and done. So, yeah. And that stuff's a headache too to do. It's like all this research and stuff to make sure everything's proper because it's so easy to jip yourself or get scammed or you just got to learn how to say no with that stuff. But yeah. I got a Red Bull, the yellow edition. I've been drawing Hotmail OCs. But now I'm just doing my daily journal of plans that I will do, but I not know what's going inside of my head. Okay, so let's take these Hotmail OCs and do something with them. And I don't mean them kissing, but I mean let's have them interact. Let's get some movement going. I mean, unless you want to do that, whatever's up to you. But no, no, no. I mean, I'm gonna get the money eventually, but I wouldn't give me money right now if anyone's gonna give me any money. I wouldn't give me money at all until I. Hello. But yeah, I am going to get the money. It's just gonna take a little bit. I'll probably get it next month. But like, also I have 80 additional, so I have 270 something coming my way plus 80 from this month. I'm not sure if they included it, but it looks like it's separate. But I'm going to get that money. You know what's funny? I could literally move to Thailand. I could move to Thailand and get like live basically off of just YouTube alone and I wouldn't have to work. Isn't that crazy to think about? I wouldn't have to work if I just moved there. Oh god. Yep. I wouldn't have to work at all. I just move there, live cheaply and nicely. And also, I could draw more. But, you know, what I like to say is if you can't afford it twice, don't buy it once. That's my go-to. I heard that quote. That's not my own quote, but I heard that a long time ago when I was doing investment stuff. If you can't buy it twice, don't buy it once. Because just in case something happens, you gotta be like, you know, just in case. But yeah. Does this panel look fire or what? I feel like if I erase a lot of the lines, it'd look mid as hell, but whatever. Hello, Geo. I just been drawing portions of them. Yeah, you don't even have to draw. You can draw like squares. They don't have to be full body. Flames, the trailer of the new video of Elegant Train. What are you talking about? Hey, Flames. Girl at my party was rage baiting me. Did you wish him a happy birthday? I wished him a happy birthday and a happy early one yesterday when I drew his character. Anyway, that counts. I don't know how to express sympathy or joy towards people. I'm not gonna lie. Not to sound edgy or anything, but no, I'm not empathetic is the word. Empathetic. It's hard for me to express empathy. I have empathy and sympathy, but it's hard to express empathy. Like someone's birthday was the other day actually, and Instead of saying happy birthday, I said happy birthday, right? And I pointed to him. I said happy birthday, right? But I did cook them some food or whatever. But what does... I lost my car guy account. Hey man, there's nothing better like starting anew. But yeah. That's all I got to say. How was your birthday anyway? Dun, dun, dun. I don't like birthdays. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not to change the mood or tone. Because I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure. Just a nice birthday, and then you're just like, damn, back to reality. You ever like get out of a movie theater and you're like, this is life now? It's kind of like that. Even though I don't have any like good birthday memory moments, but I always come back. I don't know what you said. You wanted to boost the server? Actually, I don't mind if you boost the server. I'm going to turn it into a community server soon because boosting the server gives us more perks to do other things. So that's why maybe boosting the server is good, but I don't know. But I'm going to be culling people again. Starting with by the end in like 3-4 days, is it? 3 or 4 days, the culling is beginning. The culling. Can't wait till the culling begins. And I also have to make a start here thing where it forces people to like join the certain, they have to see the start here thing. Alright, let's just draw something like that real quick. And then, you know. Which one? I have one dropping tomorrow, I think. Yeah, the next one's dropping tomorrow, and then the next one after that, which is the final sketchbook of the sketchbooks, will be the next week. But it's already ready. Oh yeah, reminds me. One watched the whole movie of AXL and Willy's Wonderland. I don't know what any of those are. I was on the phone with my dad earlier, and he was talking about some media stuff, and I was like, I don't even watch no type of media at all. I watch YouTube for 30 minutes a day, and it's just to go to sleep or eat my food, which I do exceptionally fast. Not the sleep part, but I wish the sleep part. I'm not sure if I'm going to draw his eyes. I suck at making OCs. Did I make a video on how to create an OC? Did I do that yet? Someone let me know. Somebody let me know. Look how like crazy he looks right here. This is so tough, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, who would have thought adding extra lines makes everything? I have arrived. Harper! My mom said I could skip school today. Guess who's back? Back again. I did not. Well, maybe I should. I'll add it on my to-do lists. Hold on. Where's my markers? I'll put it on my to-dos. Alright, so how to create an OC. That's gonna take a lot of research and a lot of planning out, which I'm going to do at work. But you want to see my video ideas? We got the Freerun Chin Up video, the sketchbook tour final part, and the next part, wigglyart.com, rating my action figures, how to draw exactly like me, but easier. Rating the new Mega Pokemon, I probably won't do that. Drawing with cheap markers, drawing with the Pinata pencils, reading someone's chapter, random fan art from my Discord, drawing an anti-AR image, creating a GIF that's searchable on Instagram and Discord. Buff Femboy Alpha Leader. My winter break just hit, but now I miss my girlfriend. Hey, man. No better time than now, am I right, Harper? Anyways, yeah, fellers. But I got a bunch of videos coming. Don't worry. But just know, all my OCs come from just wanting to be different. I start thinking to myself, what's different this time? What do I want differently? Should I be looking down or should I be looking at? I'm gonna do his eye. Like an actual GIF that's on. You can search on any social media app. Nah, he's not mad though. It'd be random and sudden. But oh, I forgot he has eyebrows. I only draw fan art. Well, that's terrible. That's terrible news, honestly. Only drawing fan art. We got to get you out of the fan art role. We got to get you out of there. Here's what you do. You hear me? You stop drawing fan art right now. You stop the fan art right now. I just sneezed. That's cool. That's cool. That's very cool, Kicks. I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you for telling us that. Anyways, yes, stop the fan art right now. We're going to get you your own OC. And we can start by... You know what a good way to start is? Making your own persona type of character. I'm not talking about the anime. I'm talking about a character that looks like you in your favorite or your more... the art style that you use the most. We're going to start right there. And then what you do from that is you create other characters that look like that. So, let's say I wanted to create a character. That's literally what I did for this. Actually, what am I talking about? That's literally what I did with this. I drew a guy that's based off my nickname. and I drew other characters that's based off of in the same realm as him, but a different style. Thank you, Punk Bunny. Appreciate it. Cheese sticks. I remember cheese sticks. The string things. Pull them off and they'd be like rubber. I wonder what those were made out of. Some chemical or something. But yeah, definitely weren't cheese. No way in hell. I miss the days when I was ignorant to life. I was a little bit more happier. Well, actually, a lot of it. Your dad won't let you draw. It's tragic, honestly. What is up with him? What is up with that dude? I'm gonna have to strike him down. When I try to stop fan art, but I get art block. Okay, so draw yourself as a character. Draw yourself as a character. And I want you to do that. I want to see that in a week, and I want to see you post it. And you can tag me, join the Discord, and you can do it, or you can send it in the community section on YouTube. I want to see. Uh-oh, Johnny's redesigning. He needs his tablet for paperwork on house. Okay, that's fair. But you can always, you don't need the tablet to draw, you know. My mom won't let me open my gifts. I'm sad. What is up with you guys? Isn't your birthday today? I'm so confused. Whatever. Yeah, this hand is so rubbish right now, I'm not gonna lie. But if I draw a bunch of lines, you won't notice. Can't wait for Santa. Yeah, you will do it right now, JJ. That's what you're gonna do. That's the golden mission, the golden order. Alright, yeah, this is him getting done kicking Icker. Icker gets blasted, as you can see. Bam. And then he gets blasted. I'm not Santa. Maybe one day when I'm rich and famous. Then I'll gift all my viewers with their wildest dreams. All the early ones, of course. If I was a millionaire, I'm like, you're getting a tablet. You're getting a tablet. What do you know? I will gift you a tablet. What's going on? I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you, boy. Well, I'm not saying to make a story about you and yourself, but to draw yourself first is the kicker. You don't actually have to use that character, actually. Some people end up doing it, or you can slightly modify them, but once you have a start of what a character could look like for you, then you start mixing it around. Then you make the character taller. You make a taller version with different hair, maybe a longer nose or skinnier stature. Then you make another version of that. He's just fatter and he has an afro. Or then you turn it into a girl, but you give it long and curly hair. That's literally what all you have to do. It's my brain's getting way clear. I saw his reindeer. Oh yeah. Those brown flakes coming from the sky from the reindeer, they had to excrete randomly because they can't stop. And you had your mouth open, tongue out, tasting the snow, but you had brown flakes coming, falling down from the sky. You're like, that tastes funny. And that's what happened to you. What do you mean, why? Why what? Because I literally said what I was doing, and then you joined and said, what are you doing? That's why. So you gotta wait till the cooldown. That's a 30-minute cooldown. I already used that move. I gotta use different moves. All of these viewers, I haven't checked if I got any orders. I got shadow banned on my main TikTok. Crap, tragic. What would everyone's roles be in the family tree? Well, that would be weird for me to give people roles, but yeah, that's weird. Only thing I'll say is, I don't freaking know. Okay, I'll go off the familiars. Harper, you'd be the niece or nephew that comes over every once a week. Kix is the golden child that gets spoiled, but he doesn't know it, and he thinks the world is against him, but everyone loves him. Anti can be the wife for now. Punk Bunny is the neglected child in the family tree. Punk Bunny is the neglected one, but only self-neglection. Because they don't come to family dinner, they stay in their room, so they don't get much attention. And Johnny is the older brother that keeps coming in and out the house. He's the older brother. He's one of the children of mine. He keeps coming in and out of the house, but he's almost getting ready to move out. He wants to move out, but I try to make him stay longer, but he can't move out because he's only like 16 or something, but he's been trying and gearing up to moving out, but he's not ready, and I know it. Eventually, he does move out around 18 to 19, but he ends up coming back in because he realized life is hard knocks out there, and I welcome him back in. But he has to move in with, because his room was taken now, so he has to get a new room with he has to put a bed in Kix's room, because so now they both have to sleep in the same room on different beds. No, Punk Bunny self-neglects. They stand in the corner because they don't participate in the activities, the family activity gatherings. Anti's cooking apple pie, and I'm sitting in a recliner with my newspaper. Anti has an apron on. The traditional. Why do I got a story? I don't know. You're just giving that vibe off. Yep. And Kicks, you bother each other, so I eventually I start to sleep on the couch and Johnny takes my room. Or Johnny ends up sleeping on the couch because he can't stand Kicks being all whatever he's doing in his room. You guys start having a grudge against each other, but you still like love each other as siblings. You had a TV in your room, but Johnny kept moving it every time he went to school to angle his, and he was getting sick and tired of moving it back. But anyways. Why do I got what would your room be? Your room's by the end of the hall near the bathroom, because when it came time to move into the new house, he was the first to run in and claim your room towards the bathroom. You tried to claim the attic, but I said no one's staying up there. Not right now. Because I didn't want to clean out the attic. Anyway, that's the family. That's the family. Overthrown can be the adopted child, but he keeps coming back. He keeps moving in with his aunt and coming back later. You have your own bathroom? Not at the moment. But one of you keeps sleeping in the doghouse. I don't know what it is. Do I support you being a lesbian? Actually, I'm happy you're lesbian, because that means I don't have to have a potential grandson that I have to pay for. So the fruitier you are, I guess, the better. So that means I wouldn't have to worry about you having children. Yeah, beautiful. You draw whatever you want. I'm gonna start drawing people in the background now. Oh, what time is it? Oh, I have to go soon. Well, potentially. Do I have a bed or you sleep on the floor? You have a bed, but you keep deciding to roll off of it when you're asleep and sleep on the floor. So that's your choice. but you only get woken up by the dog because they lick your face. And then you get back on your bed and you fall back over 4 hours later. Have a king bed trust. You have a twin bed. Kicks, you're definitely a twin bed person. Draw the fire dude from that drawing. This guy, I draw him all the time, man. Time to flex, guys. This is the fire guy. Right here, baby. Fire guy. It's flexing time. Flexing time, flexing. You are a twin bed person, I'm not gonna lie. But there will be no bunk beds. I'm not allowing that. And JJ man can be JJ man's the he can be the guy where it's like someone passed away in his family and he has no one else left, so I took him in. Coming to bed, dear, is crazy. Thank you for the 10 beans. Why are you giving me money? What'd I tell you? Stop giving me money. Where are you making your money, sir? What's goody in the hoodie? I screenshot that and I pin it. I pinned that. Coming to bed, dear. Yep, that's crazy. Hello. I'm bi because I'm sick and tired of people coming up to you saying homophobic words. And they ask me too much questions. Why are you lesbian? Because it gets annoying, man. I understand. I understand. You ask if you can have a bunny. I keep telling you no because you have a dead plant in your room and you didn't take care of it, punk bunny. So I tell you, if you can take care of a plant, but they just keep dying in your room. Do I like history? Actually, I used to hate history because it was a boring topic, but now history is super important to life right now. It's unbelievable. So, because it keeps repeating itself. So, I feel I've been into the more philosophical versions of history and more what's really going on that we're not being taught type of history. But I don't have any good knowledge that I can just talk about off the top of my head. I have key points and things that happen in terms of like the way people act over the course of society, humans in general. That's what I'm more interested in the term of history. I'm not good with names and like facts about, but I'm good with like that type of stuff, if you know what I mean. You may have an arc, Punk Bunny, where you find a bunny in your backyard and you hide it from me, and you've been hiding it from me all winter, but you keep it outside to feed and stuff. But yeah. I mean, honestly, if someone's annoyed that you're lesbian, because I get what people, I know, I mean, I don't get it. I know why they think that way. They're like, oh, that's a waste, blah, 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 blah. I think we're overpopulated, so we don't need... You can be whatever you want. Whatever gets your, honey boiling, I guess. I don't know. I need to find something to do with myself. No, you can stay for 15 more minutes, because I'm going to stay for 15 more minutes. I gotta draw the there's gonna be some townspeople reactions. Can my room be pink? Yeah, your room was pink, but when Johnny moved in, he started putting posters on the wall when he moved back in, and you hated it because it was covering up your pink wall. Actually, one wall in my room's kind of pink, but it got darker over the course. Should I have this guy's glasses drop off his face? Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah, but there were posters. There were just a bunch of posters and frames to block the pinkness. It wasn't even there for no other purpose. What would your room look like? What would it look like? So yeah, half of your room would be like a gym, like have a little adjustable gym set, and the other half would be straight mess. Art supplies everywhere. Art supplies. Art supplies. Yep. That'd be. Your gym would be getting changed, and then you'll be having so many phases, it'll be unbelievable. And then there's like your closets, this random like fursuit in there that's you've been building throughout the years. It's not complete, but it's almost complete. But it's just a shadowy figure. I don't even know what's behind there. What's my That's what my room is right now. So predictable. All right. I'll make the walls black. Well, you move to the living room. You're sleeping in the living room until we get the other part of the house built. But that has to be when my next check comes in. Johnny brings a lady friend over and Kix has to plug his ears with a pillow. But it doesn't work. Can I plant veggies in the back? Oh yeah. If I get a house in real life, the first thing I'm doing is planting. Cynical is going to be the first person that he's going to be the oldest that moves out the house. But he comes over to help out. That's the lore. I must find what it means to be alive. That is my law, Numen's law. What are you losing your mind over? Isn't your game complete? What's holding you up? You furry? Who's a furry? Anyways, I'm the niece in the family. I'll sneak through the basement. No, you're in like some spare room type thing. What should I make the OC? You. Remember what I said? Or you forget? You're the OC. Thank you. Thank you what? Nikola Tesla. Alright, Flame, can I have a closet? You have a closet. Your room's thin and your closet is wide open to give you more room. Because eventually a curtain gets put in place to where the curtain has to block you from Johnny when he decides to sleep back in the room because he hates the living room. You know what I mean? Now, this is going to be a scene. What meant to say name? What name you should give it? If you made a completely new OC, when it comes to names, I like to base my names off of synonyms of my favorite words that has to do with the character's personality or names. I have a whole video actually, JJ man. It's called How to Name Your Character. It's one of my favorite videos I've made. I actually watched it a couple days ago. But yeah, you should definitely check that out because I think that'll help you on deciding for names, but if you're gonna do a weird, wacky name, make sure it's consistent. Like everyone has to have some type of weird, wacky names. But I like to name. I don't like to use regular names, to be honest. But it's up to you. You know, what vibe you trying to give off. But yeah. What's up, Doodle Guy? 12 bathrooms. So far, there's 4 bathrooms and another one's getting made. But yes. There's a downstairs. There's a basement bathroom. There's a bathroom in my room, and bathroom by Punk Bunny. Yeah. No, I'm paying all the bills because I have enough to afford the house. Actually, there is an allowance, but the allowance is to me. You guys give me like $50 a month just to keep you on your toes. And I just use that 50 a month you all give me for an emergency if anyone needs it. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? He has a jacket. What am I doing? But yeah. Just to make sure you guys are disciplined. You're all gonna give me your money. It's gonna be like emergency fund, even though we don't need it. But it's gonna be like that thing where if anyone's in a pinch, like they can just grab it. And I'm not around. But Anti needs shopping money. I'm fine with whatever Johnny does. Can't touch my drawings. Yeah, something happens to your new doll, and you blame Johnny, but Johnny never did anything because he wasn't there. But there's this whole arc about you, like, blaming him for messing with or ripping or having a bunch of color on the... Yep. Everyone's wall, everyone's going to have to paint their wall. The first activity will be painting your wall, and I'll make a whole video out of it. And if I have that much money, I won't be the one recording it. Someone else will. And then that will pay for a part of the house, that video. That's sad. I mean, you eventually clean it and nothing's wrong with it, but there'll forever be this weird tint on it. This weird off-colored tint because you didn't fully clean off. But yeah. Someone did something. Maybe it was you, Kicks, and you don't remember it. Maybe, so what really happens, you had a bowl of spaghetti, you ate all the noodles, but the sauce was still in there. Your animal fell in it, and Johnny tried to clean it, but then when you came back, it looked like he did it. But he just tried to save yours from the spaghetti sauce that it dropped in. Yes, you can give your OC any type of hair you want. Look at this dude. This is a... I just look up boys and girls' names for my OC. It depends what world you're living in. If it's just some high school thing, like if you're gonna make sure, I put regular type names, and if you want to do like a weird wacky one occasionally, why not? But like, depends what world. If you're in a fantasy world, you can make up whatever BS you want. If you're in a futuristic world, I don't know. People probably would have more minimal names because that's what futurism usually leads to. Minimalist of everything. My room has cameras. I wouldn't have cameras in your room, personally. There'd be cameras on the outside of your house. Like, everyone's room would have a camera maybe on the outside, where it's like outside so I can see what's going on. But Anti always has a blick in his apron. All right, hold on. I gotta make sure someone texted me real quick. A blick in his apron. Anti knows where the gun and sword is, the claymore. Alright, I'm watching this at the same time I'm watching how to name your OC. Hey man, you can watch that afterwards, you know, you're brain rotting yourself, one content at a time. I'd cook, occasionally, I guess you guys can cook together. If you offer it, that's easier, because, you know, hey man, that's how it's gonna go. Look at this guy, I like this guy. I'm not sure, he might be the one that, like, survives this whole ordeal. I'm not sure if this guy's gonna be the one. But yeah, his glasses droop down in surprise, shock. But yeah, after this happens, well, I gotta go soon, fellas, but after this, he's gonna get some power increase. He's gonna be like, huh, what is this? Because people are gonna start believing him, and he's gonna get stronger once his name gets out. That that he defeated a monster or integrant. So that's gonna cause his like belief system to go up, and that's a form of power. It's like the religious stuff I was talking about before, where, hey, where is it called? Where it's like astral power, different ways to get astral power. But one of them is making a name yourself, and it amplifies your potential. Kind of like if you start a cult, you could get power from that as well. But his is going to be a little bit different. But I'm not sure if we're going to see him after this. But yeah, he's going to get it as he wins, because people are going to start cheering for him, and he's going to get like a crazy power up. And that's how people who make names, it's just like how Volcanor, like, he didn't have fire powers. He lit his head on fire and started causing trouble. So then he kind of beat the system in a way. And then he eventually gained fire powers from it. But yeah, people are like, this man's crazy. His head's on fire and he's doing all this stuff. Yeah, and he's like, yep, so be it. He just wanted to look menacing, but he actually has a protective thing over his head. But now he gains fire powers from it because he gets a nickname that has to do with fire and stuff. And he's like has a bounty on him and everything. But he's like one of the old OG villains. But yes. All right, fellas. I'm a very identifiable person. I'm not to toot my own horn, but a lot of people stop and stare at me and look at my feet. Someone looked at my feet today, because my shoes are always bright colors because I paint them, but they always look at my feet. You know when you see me. Actually, let's do push-ups. Fellas, we're gonna do push-ups. 1 second. Guys, we're gonna do push-ups. I know my arm is sore, but we're gonna do some push-ups, okay? We're gonna do some glorious push-ups. My arm, this part of my body hurts like crazy. But we're gonna do some push-ups, fellas. I think it's time. We're gonna go soft today. We're gonna go soft. No, that is not. We're gonna go soft on our push-ups. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? We're gonna do 20 push-ups, but we're gonna go a little bit faster. We're not gonna go slow, and we're gonna do all right, hold on, let me move this. We're gonna do about, why does it keep turning colors? All right, this was a gift, but it's a cleanup. I don't know where to stick it, because once I stick it to the wall, it's permanent. I can take it off though and charge it, and then like, you know, angle it around. But oh, now it changed to blue. Fellas, we're gonna do push-ups. Are you ready for this? I know everyone's leaving, but this is something I have to do now. I'm a little sore, to be honest, but that's okay. Or maybe some of you realized I was black and I left. He's black! Oh! Alright. Listen, fellas. Why is there only 3 people in here? You guys. Why is this wet on the floor? It's the... Oh, the power went out. Did it go out? Or is this plugged in? No, it's still on. What the hell? The fridge is leaking. To fuck? Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm going to take a guess and say it's like 11 p.m. It's 10:33. But we got to do this. If you want your nads to grow, even if you're a girl, if you want your nads to grow or get some nads, push-ups. Are we ready, friends and family? I gotta stretch. Yoga time. Yep. Yoga. There's nothing wrong with a little yoga. Actually, we gotta pull our arms up so I don't have pit sweat. That means I don't want to have to take a shower. I'll take one later. But we're gonna get going. Are you guys ready? Uh-oh, he's trying to find me through time zones, guys. Alright, we're gonna try for 20. 1. Oh, I'm too sore. This hurts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to slow down to make it a little harder. 13, 14, 15. I don't like this dirty floor. My hair's getting on it. That's the spot, fellas. If you don't do your push-ups, we're gonna get it. Imagine you see me in the middle of the night. All right, goodbye, people. I love you too.